Team India has left Manchester for London for the fifth and final test match commencing on 15th August. The Indian team has had a forgettable test at Old Trafford, losing 4 tests by an innings and 54 runs in less than 3 days. The team has lost the match in less than 3 days, and Dhoni and his team will hope that London will bring better luck, as team did win the second test at Lord's in London. The team is now expected to start practicing and preparing for the final test that begins on Friday.
As the Indian team leaves for London after a rather dismal week here in Manchester, looking for a silver lining as they move on to the Oval Test, it must be said that they have let themselves and the country down. Can they redeem themselves? London provided us a silver lining at Lord's, which was a brilliant victory. Can we repeat it? That's what the hope is as all of us leave Manchester. But when the team left, we did something else. The other major attraction for Manchester is the National Football Museum, perhaps the best museum of its kind in the world. Headlines Today brings to its viewers what this museum contains and speaks to somebody who is a living legend from the 1966 England World Cup winning team. Take a look and enjoy the tour of the National Football Museum as we get ready to leave Manchester and bring you what we promised, the best coverage from this Grudge series. With camera person Kashif Siddiqui and Shivani Gupta, Boria Majumdar for Headlines Today.
So over to Shivani Gupta, who has done this beautiful feature on the iconic National Football Museum in Manchester.
When I say Manchester, you think football. Thanks to its 2 big English Premier League clubs, United and City, Manchester has become synonymous with the beautiful game. And even more so over the last couple of years, with the National Football Museum having relocated to the city of football.
Came to Manchester 2 years ago. We were in another city, Preston, which has a strong football history, but we wanted to come to Manchester because it's known throughout the world as a great football city. Manchester United, Manchester City. We opened here 2 years ago and we've had nearly 1 million visitors in that time, so it's been a great success in a great football city.
Despite being in a country so deep-rooted in football like England, the museum itself is quite young. It was founded in 2001 by Kevin Moore, the director, along with a team of curators, researchers and authors. The museum boasts of World Cup winner Sir Bobby Charlton as its president and recently retired legendary Manchester United manager Sir Alex Ferguson as vice president.
We've got 2,000 amazing items on display. One of the first items you see when you come in is a jersey from the first ever international match in the world. The first game was England against Scotland in 1872. So it's amazing that a jersey, a shirt has survived from that. We've got incredible objects from the beginning of the World Cup. We've got both balls from the World Cup final in 1930. Now, why both balls? Argentina were playing Uruguay. They couldn't agree on which ball to use, so they used an Argentina ball in the first half, 2-1 to Argentina, Uruguayan ball in the second half, 4-2 to Uruguay. So it's a brilliant story that FIFA agreed that they could play with both those balls. One of the most popular items we have is Diego Maradona's shirt from the World Cup in 1986. From the quarter-final match when Argentina beat England 2-1, Maradona scored the famous Hand of God goal, but he also scored probably the greatest goal in World Cup history that meant that Argentina beat England.
But perhaps its most prized possession is the only precise replica of the original Football World Cup, the Jules Rimet Trophy, and the story behind it is just as fascinating.
Yes, it's an extraordinary story. England's hosting the World Cup in 1966. The Jules Rimet Trophy, the World Cup, is on display at an exhibition centre in London. Very, very embarrassingly for the English Football Association, who are organising the tournament for FIFA, the trophy is stolen. And the brilliant story is a dog called Pickles, he's going for a walk with his owner, and he sniffs at something wrapped in newspaper under a hedge at the side of a road. His owner opens it up and finds it's the World Cup. And during the 1966 World Cup, they used the copy rather than the real trophy. And we have that copy here in the museum. It's the closest you can now get to the Jules Rimet trophy, because the real Jules Rimet trophy was given to Brazil in 1970. Unfortunately, the trophy was stolen in Brazil in 1983, and it's presumed melted down. So we have what is the closest you can get to the original Jules Rimet trophy.
Obviously a long time ago, and we keep getting reminded about it, but the longer it's gone, you know, people expected us to have another World Cup, but winning the World Cup, it just changed everything. You know, I mean, the crowds and you know, everyone, the country, you know, they were absolutely marvellous, and that went on for quite a few weeks. And
one of the most popular areas of the museum is this real life-size penalty shootout area, where you get 3 chances to shoot at a real-size goal with a goalkeeper, simulated one, trying to stop your shot.
It's a very much an interactive museum. Of course, we have more traditional museum displays, wonderful items in glass cases, but we bring the artifacts alive through film, through audio, through interactive elements. It's very much aimed at a family audience. We have a fantastic cinema show, 1 month in English football. We have a 3D film where Gary Lineker and Sir Geoff Hurst talk about playing for England. It's like they're actually here in the museum every day.
And finally, you can take home a slice of football history with your picture with one of the only 4 EPL trophies. I'm going to do that. I hope you enjoyed our story from the National Football Museum. The camera person Kashif Siddiqui, it's Shivani Gupta, about to lift the EPL trophy for Headlines Today.
Now, Indian hockey legend Major Dhyan Chand has long been due for the prestigious Bharat Ratna Award. And the Sports Ministry is now looking to set that right by nominating his name for the highest civilian honour for an Indian. The Sports Ministry has forwarded the name of the hockey wizard to the Prime Minister's office. They are yet to make a decision if Major Dhyan Chand should be conferred with the highest civilian honour. Dhyan Chand was the first sporting icon of the country, guiding the team to 3 Olympic golds in hockey. However, the prestigious Bharat Ratna Award has so far eluded him. India's legendary boxer Mary Kom is disappointed with Indian boxing administrators who shifted the dates of the preparatory camp. In a chat with our correspondent, Mary Kom says she is now preparing to win glory at the Asian Games.
ट्रायल्स जो ट्रायल्स होना था एशियन गेम्स का, वो पोस्टपोन हो गया है. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए था.
हाँ, हम तो बहुत बुरी लग रहा है, क्योंकि ये मतलब सडनली पोस्टपोन हुआ. मैं तो पटियाला पहुंच गया था.
सडनली कर दिया गया, लेकिन ये कुछ जो कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स से लौटे हैं, उन लोगों के कुछ लोग चाहते थे कि ये पोस्टपोन हो जाए, लेकिन फिर ये गलत बात है, क्योंकि लास्ट मिनट
मैं ये विदाउट प्लानिंग, ये मैं कहना चाहता हूँ कि ये अनप्रोफेशनल है. प्रोफेशनल होना चाहिए. ये तो सब पता है कि आफ्टर द कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स देन देयर इज़ नो रिकवरी. ऑफ कोर्स रिकवरी नहीं होगा. दे आर गोइंग फॉर रिसेप्शन, फेलिसिटेशन, तो ज़रूर होना चाहिए 1-2 दिन के लिए. उसके हिसाब से वो लोग डेट फिक्स करना है.
आप एशियन गेम्स में टारगेट मेडल है.
टारगेट वही मैं भगवान से दुआ कर रहा हूँ, और सारे दुनिया मेरा सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, प्यार कर रहे हैं बहुत. इसके लिए मैं कुछ न कुछ करना चाहता हूँ.